Hey, what's up everybody, Justin here to talk about the official announcement of Shenmue 3 for PC and PS4 with an expected release date of December 2017. What can I say is that I'm very excited this is going to happen, even though it's not for another 2.5 years. But hey, finally, the story can go on. I can't believe it will be nearly 16.5 years since the release of Shenmue 2, at least in context to when it was first released in Japan. And I was 17 back then, and if it does come out in December 2017, then when that happens, I'll be about 33 and a half. Pretty crazy that time has really flown by. But if Suzuki delays the game to, let's say, fall or summer of 2018, I personally would have no issue with that. Games of that magnitude, they have to take time. Like when Metal Gear Solid 5 was first announced, it was first announced, I think, in 2012, and the main Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, isn't come out till September of 2015, so it's been a 3-year gap. So, yeah, I guess maybe 2018 is a possible release. Unless Suzuki has a very good staff that can really keep its expected release date of 2017. But yeah, if I remember correctly, Konami was already doing Metal Gear Solid 5 the moment they released Peace Walker, and Peace Walker was first released in 2010. But yeah, anyway, of course, fans, we did it. We made this happen. I did my part, donated $100, and if any of you haven't donated yet and want this game to happen, please donate to the Kickstarter fund, and the link will be provided for you in the description box. Yeah, and we got until the middle of July to keep on reaching new goals, and hopefully after I get paid, I can contribute more to this great cause. I feel I need to give back to a game that has given me so much, and I feel without Shenmue, I probably wouldn't be where I am in my life, and I don't think my life is complete until I complete Shenmue. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. So yeah, the story goes back to when I was 15, and I'll be turning 31 just next Thursday. And my brother and I first got our Dreamcast back in May of '99, shortly before the American September 9th, 1999 launch. My brother and I were able to get a Japanese Dreamcast because we were living not too far from a game store that specializes in selling Japanese games, and they also sold Japanese systems, and they were able to get the Dreamcast when it was released in Japan of November of '98. So shortly after my brother and I sampled the Dreamcast after its Japanese launch, the clerk at the store showed us a disc called Project Berkeley that came with the Japanese release of Virtua Fighter 3 TB. The opening and the cinematic sequence really captured me in a mystical sense, and even though I just had barely a semester of Japanese at that time, back in my freshman year of high school, and despite being the top student in my class, my abilities weren't enough to really understand the full context of the video. But when the words RPG came out on the screen and were crossed out and replaced it with the words free, standing for Full Reactive Device Entertainment, it was enough to put things in context that what I was seeing was truly something distinct and special. And when the actual game came out, I figured that, like, man, I just have to play this game. Maybe it'll be Japanese exclusive, I don't know, but something tells me I have to play this. And I was already a fan of RPGs, the Final Fantasy franchise, Breath of Fire, Chrono Trigger. I, of course, love Virtua Fighter. And I had a deep interest in Japan and was, of course, as I mentioned, already studying Japanese. So, and I also love martial arts movies, anime. So a lot of my personal interests back then that even carry on to this very day, they were all going to be put in one package in one game. So everything that I loved was going to be in one game. Then in New Year's Eve of '99, the store got copies of the Japanese Shenmue. I remember convincing my mom I wanted the game to help me with my Japanese studies, and of course as a post-Christmas present, it just made me the happiest teenager alive. I was really hyped for this game for a pretty long time, and from 6 p.m. to, let's say, the rest of my winter vacation, I was hooked on this game. I remember the first thing I did when the clock struck 12 for the year 2000. What I was doing, the first thing I was doing, the last thing I was doing in 99, the first thing I was doing in the year 2000, playing Shenmue. And I do relate to Ryan Payton and how the game continues to have this profound effect on him, as it does on me. Like when the game came out, I already had 1 year and 1 semester of high school Japanese language study, and as I said, I was the top student of my class, and my achievements weren't really enough for this game, and but just by understanding simple words like the interrogatives, like who, dare, what, nan, nani, when, itsu, when, itsu, where, doko, or dochira, or something that's also for who, and why, naze, doshite. I could put things in a certain kind of context, like when you're asking, like, oh, where is some place, or who is somebody? It's like, okay, I'm looking for someone, I'm looking for a place. And then, like, when you're looking for a place, I can understand, like, okay, go left, hidari, go right, migi, or masugu, go straight. Or it's next to some place, like the sushi, like, oh, sushi no tonari. Or yaoya no tonari, the vegetable shop. Or, oh, hamburger, Funny Bear Burger no chikaku desu. Or near the Funny Bear Burger place. Or next to the park, near the park. Or he's in the park. Oh, koen ni ite kudasai. Like, please go to the park. So yeah, I was able to understand those certain phrases, like knowing, okay, this is what I do, and I remember that's what I had to do. And I already saw enough Ramen 1/2 to know that oyaji was kind of like an informal way to say father. It was crazy that I always had my dictionaries, textbooks, and school notes with me as I played this game. And I was also recording my playing this game on VHS just to reference later on, so I can memo certain words and phrases I didn't understand, so I could look them up and maybe impress my teacher and classmates. And I felt by playing a Japanese game taking place in Japan, I really felt like I was in Japan itself. And a year and a half later, I would do a summer exchange in Japan, and here I am living in Japan as an adult. And I felt Shenmue in a lot of ways prepared me for that, though of course I don't go out looking for sailors, or the Mad Angels. And, yeah, I felt without Shenmue I wouldn't be where I am now. And it was a very big motivator for me to learn more about Japan and the Japanese language. And as for the direction of Shenmue 3, I understand that Suzuki wanted to make the conversations between Ryo and Shenhua on making choices that could affect the relationship and the ending, like for example making the choice between coffee or tea. Shenmue 2 sort of indicated this, like for example, Shenhua asks who Nozomi is, and you have the choice between saying like, oh, she's just a girl, or she's a friend. And she also asks if Ryo has any siblings, and you have the choice between saying like, oh, he doesn't have any siblings, or you could talk about, hey, he has Fukusa in his life. And I felt if Shenmue 3 did come out on Dreamcast, and if you could carry that save from Shenmue 2 over, then maybe those choices in that game probably would have some effect in those games as well. I also understand that Suzuki has also confirmed that Ryo does let go of his revenge against Lan Di, and that you will also learn who the man in the picture is with the young Iwao from the basement. And man, there's just so much to look forward to. And like I said, if you haven't already, please donate to the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter. And thank you for watching.